Hi there, my name is Sam Byrne and I coordinate the member services team here in Cystic Fibrosis Ireland. I've been with the organisation for about 6 years, so I have had the pleasure of meeting many of you at previous conferences, and I really hope that you're getting something meaningful out of the conference this year, and I hope you enjoy the rest of it, and I hope you all had a lovely Easter. So I'm just going to go through some of the things that we do here in our team and what we're made up of. So the team is made up of myself and two CF patient advocates who are Caroline Heffernan and Rory Talon. Caroline and Rory work part-time remotely. They do cover the whole country, so they have a wealth of information of all things CF, so do get in contact if you have any queries. Some of the queries that we get here in our team, which we never really know from one day to the other, but we do our best to answer absolutely every one of them. We offer a number of grants to members, so I can go through them here. We have a social and distress grant, which is usually referred by either CF social worker or the psychologist on the CF team, just to help people out if they're in financial difficulty. We have a fertility grant for people with CF and their partners, and they can apply for the grant to help with the assisted fertility process. And we can also point people in the direction of people who've been through that process already if it helps. We have a transplant grant. Last year was a quiet one for transplants, but we do expect that that will pick up again this year. And we're aware that there is a cost to family members of the person with CF as well, in terms of parking and accommodation while the transplant is happening. So we have a transplant assessment grant and also a post-transplant grant. So you can contact any member of the team and we can talk you through that. We have the most popular one we really have is the exercise grant, and it is open to children and adults alike. We run 2 rounds per year, and they are normally in January and September, and the money is for helping with gym membership or swimming lessons, football, whatever it is you want to do. This year, of course, people have been putting it towards home gym equipment, as many of those facilities have been closed. It's €300 for an adult and €250 for a child. So the next round is due to happen in September. We may bring it slightly forward, but if you just watch our social media channels and the website, you'll be able to find out when that happens. It's very popular, and it does usually, the fund is all gone in one day, so maybe look out for that as soon as you can. We have a bereavement grant as well, and we have a counselling support for members, and that would include family members too. Obviously this year has been particularly busy for that, as people have suffered isolation and anxiety, so please get in touch if that's something that you'd like to avail of. So this is just an example of the exercise grant. It opens and closes very quickly. The last round we had was open for 1 day. It's all done online and the money is paid directly into the bank account. The fertility grant there, just give us a call if this is something that you wish to pursue. And transplant grant, the referral will usually come through your team, but if that hasn't happened, get in contact yourself. And counselling, obviously, which is very important. Last year we actually introduced a PPE grant because people were having difficulty affording and accessing PPE at the start of the pandemic. So we had about 750 people apply for that, so it was really successful. That was in June last year. Some of the COVID supports that we tried to offer over the last year were a listening ear. We did try and call all of our adult CF members just to make sure that everything was going okay with cocooning. We offered access to counselling where appropriate, and we had some digital supports as well, so I'll just go through them here. In June last year, we ran a series of mental health workshops in conjunction with the Mind Gym. So these were CBT based, so it was cognitive behavioural therapy. and it just gave people some coping skills around the isolation and the cocooning, and just gave them some skills with regard to that. Last week we ran a webinar on vaccines and the CF community, because obviously there was a huge amount of questions coming in as to whether people were in cohort 4 or cohort 7, what vaccine they might get, where they might get it. So we had Professor Martin Cormacan, who's the HSE lead on antimicrobial resistance and infection control. And we also had our Jerry McIlvany, who most of you will know as the professor from Beaumont. And they went through the different vaccines available and how they work. It was really interesting. If you didn't get a chance to catch that, it should be up on our website by now, the recording of the event. Another query that we've been getting quite a lot of at the moment is around housing options. People are looking to become more independent, and depending on finances available, people are either applying for social housing or looking to get mortgages themselves. So if you have any queries in that regard, we are hoping to put together a leaflet on that in the next few months, and that'll be available online. We'll let you know exactly when that comes about. You just get in contact with us if you have any queries, if you require a letter of support or just further information. And we also try and pinpoint different employment support schemes and signpost people to them, which is obviously very important at the moment. We are hoping to introduce an e-bike pilot in 2021. So we'll initially start with 20 people with CF. I mean, you can't extol the benefits of e-bikes. So I'll just go through some of the benefits of the use of an e-bike here. You've obviously got the benefits of the exercise, and your commute is usually shorter. You've got fresh air, sunshine, endorphins. It's much better for infection prevention because you're not using public transport, and you've got extra time for CF treatments versus sitting in traffic. So we will go out on social media and our website and let people know how they can get involved in this pilot if it's something they're interested in. We're involved with a number of forums and have some collaborations on the go. So, for instance, Caroline Heffernan was involved in the Recover project as a patient representative. We ran an art and journaling project with Helium Arts. So Helium Arts are a children's art charity, and it was really, really beneficial to the 7 young children who got involved. They got to connect with other children with CF, which was really useful. And they put on a lovely online art exhibition at the end of it, and were able to process their feelings about their CF through art. We are involved with a family support forum, which is facilitated by the Disability Federation of Ireland, and also involved with Children in Hospital in Ireland. This is just the leaflet of the Helium Arts, where we were looking for children to get involved. And they call themselves 7 Summer Stars. We had 2 parents, 2 mums, put together a book called Our Baby Has 65 Roses. And the book is something that you would read to maybe an older sibling or a cousin. And it just normalizes CF, and it's when you welcome the new baby into the house, it just explains what everything is as far as digestive enzymes are concerned, the fact that the baby might cough slightly or whatever. And it's beautifully illustrated by Ruth Cahill, and it's written by Eilish Moroney. So we supported them in putting that together. And every new family that joins CFI gets a copy of the book in their welcome pack. So we have Ruth here on the left and Eilish on the right. We had a lovely launch in Rathmines, and those books are available for you, and they're also available to buy online through our shop. So in CFI, we have 18 branches around the country, and I can't extol the benefits of branches highly enough. It can be a great way for new families to connect locally with other people in their area. Obviously, it would be the parents getting together and not the children. We also have a PWCF adult group, so they meet each other remotely, and they are all over 18 people with CF, and they then feed back into us with, you know, suggestions about what publications we might put together or whatever, and identify any issues that are going on with them at that time. They also have a Facebook page, so anybody over 16 can join the PWCF adult group on Facebook. It's not related to Cystic Fibrosis Ireland, but if you're interested in getting involved in that, just let us know and we can put you in touch with the admins. There's also a Mammies group, so it's an Irish Mammies group on Facebook. If you're interested in joining that, just let us know, and again, we can put you in touch. Thank you. We have been endeavouring to give hospital updates over the last year, so we would have regular contact with the CF social workers, the nurses, consultants and the transplant team, and we've been advising members whether appointments are being done remotely or face-to-face. This is something that we will continue to do as long as the pandemic continues. This is an example of one of our leaflets that we put together because parents had requested it. It's about school and cystic fibrosis. So when a child is starting school, we would tend to send one of these at the request of the parent to the principal, and the parent will get one, and maybe the teacher. It talks about things like crayon in school and exercise. The child may feel a little bit tired, explains the type of treatments that the child might have to do before they go to school, and talks about cross-infection in the classroom as well. If you do want a copy of this for your child's teacher, just get in touch and we can send one out. And this would be an example of an information leaflet that we put together, and these are all available online through our website. This particular one talks about travel tips and how you transport your medication, and just various things about sun cream and salt in the heat. And if there are any information leaflets that you would like to see us do, just let us know and we will endeavour to put them together. We also offer medical ID cards for members, and these became very useful throughout the pandemic if people needed to access shopping at high risk hours. Generally parents use them. They might give a copy of it to the teacher. It has a list of the medications on the back of it, or use them when the child visits a theme park to identify them as a child who has a disability. But so once we're back in the office, which we're not obviously at the moment, I can send you out an application form and we can put one of those together for you. So I'll leave you here with our contact details. My name again is Sam Byrne, and we also have Caroline Heffernan, who's a CF patient advocate, and Rory Talon, who's a CF patient advocate. So please do get in touch if you have any queries whatsoever, and enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you so much. Bye bye.